Zach Levine, Julius Randle, Jason Tatum. Those were a couple guys that made the team that I was very happy to see make the team. Just to follow up the last video, um, and Paul George is also on the team as a reserve. Dame Lillard made it as a reserve. So I just want to come back here and talk about really quickly just some of the guys that I didn't mention. Trae Young was in fact snubbed. He is not on there. I'm not surprised by that. But the name that I definitely didn't want to get on here and not mention is Julius Randle. I'm very, very pleased. Like I said, I was going to be very upset if he didn't make the All-Star team. I think he was one of the most deserving players in all of basketball in terms of deserving a spot on that roster. And he made it, man. So congratulations to our young fella Juju. Laker kids rocking it. Once again, man, we already got three All-Stars, and I think about it, in D'Angelo Russell, Brandon Ingram, and Julius Randle now. We didn't draft poorly. We just didn't keep the kids. That's all. But I know deep in my heart that even though we made the right decision because we won a championship last year, I know that if we would have kept those kids together, we still would have had an opportunity to do some really good things in the future if we would have kept everybody we drafted together. But that's not what the Lakers are about. We're trying to win now. We're trying to win a lot. So no regrets here, but it is good to see those guys succeed wherever they are, and maybe one day they might find their way back. Zach Levine's another guy I want to mention, man. Congratulations to Zach Levine. I think this is his first All-Star appearance. It might be his second. I don't think he made it with the Timberwolves, and I know he hasn't made it since with the Bulls, but he's there now, and he deserves to be there. I'm glad they didn't dock him because his team is not very good. But, the numbers he's putting up scoring the ball are unprecedented. The way he electrifies your television screen is unprecedented. He's just a guy that deserves to be there, and that is that. So I'm pretty happy to see that. And, of course, Paul George just deserves to be there. He's had a phenomenal start to his season, and coming off of what he's coming off of, getting the flack and the backlash and all that came with it, it is very, very much deserving for him to earn his way into the spot. I am not a Clipper supporter by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm no fool. They're playing fantastic basketball right now and deserve to have two All-Stars, so they got them. Who else? Like I said on my last video, most of the names in the Western Conference particularly are just guys you just expect to see there. Guys who've made it before, nothing exciting at all for me. Eastern Conference is where it gets a little tricky, a little more funny snubs, a little more new blood in there. So I think that's a good thing. Zion Williamson, boy, I'm happy to see him make an All-Star team too. I just feel like he's well on his way to being an underrated star in this league because he's doing crazy, unprecedented stuff, but he just plays for a very, very bland organization. And it's nobody's fault. It's not like they don't have talent worth watching. I'm a Lonzo Ball fan. I'm a Brandon Ingram fan. I like Josh Hart. I like all those players on the team. J.J. Redick. They got a lot of guys I like. Steven Adams. But for whatever reason, and maybe it's the color scheme, maybe it's the fact that they play in New Orleans, maybe it's a combination of a lot of different things, maybe it's the lack of spacing that they have on the floor. They just are a very, very bland and lacking exciting organization for me, personally. And just when I look at the league and I look at all the teams that excite me, New Orleans is like 28th or 29th on the list. And there's a few teams like that come to mind. I don't know if you feel that way or not. If you're not a fan of these teams, obviously you don't. But if you're not a fan of these teams, you may feel the same way. But another team that has that type of vibe to me is Memphis. They have a lot of talent. They got Ja Morant. There's a lot going on there. But for whatever reason, they are literally like the last team I'm thinking about most of the time. It just is what it is. But a lot of that can change. And like I said, they do have some stars worth watching. Ja, Zion, B.I., Brandon Clark. They got some guys on both of those teams that are going to hopefully change that dynamic, make it so that it's not so boring to talk about those teams or to consider those teams. Charlotte used to be there. Not with Melo. No, that's over with. Minnesota, you can say, is a part of that, but Minnesota finds themselves involved in different things that make you talk about their team. Sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with basketball. Sometimes it's just little stuff, but they're not on that list because they do find themselves in my mind for some reason. But Memphis, New Orleans, Charlotte before Melo, I just couldn't find myself caring about these teams. I honestly couldn't. But all in all, congratulations to those franchises. Hopefully they can continue to keep their teams in their cities. I don't have no hate. It's not like I hate. It's just I don't think of y'all. I just don't think of you. But all in all, it is good to see them get some get an all-star for New Orleans. Charlotte doesn't have any all-stars. I don't believe I saw an all-star from Memphis. Ja did not make it, so on and so forth. That's not important. But anyway, yeah, you guys. I think we're in a good space right now with this video, about 5 minutes long. And yeah, my name is BDF44. I'm out. Thanks.